I am so glad you are here. It is Herby Thursday in my world. Dandelion is next on my list. This is a controversial little guy, isn't it? A ray of sunshine, heck, multiple rays of sunshine, because really that thing that you think is a flower is a whole bunch of flowers. Isn't that cool? All of that power and energy just radiating sunshine and hope at you from your lawn. You gotta love that. And it loves us, clearly, because it keeps taking abuse and coming back. It wants us to be happy, healthy people. So whether you're talking about using the ferocity of the lion's tooth plant of dandelion in some incense, or brewing up a little bit of dandelion leaf tea or dandelion root tea. If you do want them out of your yard, at least you can dry the leaves and chop up the roots and dry them and stick them in tea if you want. They're a pretty strong diuretic, so know that they can really make you want to pee. But in fact, they're about as good as a moderate level prescription diuretic. They actually pack a punch. But dandelion is delightful because it kickstarts certain processes in the liver, and some people find that really helpful. I wouldn't call it a liver cleanser, although you'll see that in old literature. It's become really unpopular and kind of something that people have poo-pooed, but it does kickstart the liver a little. So if you are going to use it internally, just know that you probably should not be taking it near anything you eat or ingest that you value, like medications, other supplements, nutritious food. I don't care if you take it near fast food. I don't think anybody does. But if you're taking it near something valuable and it increases your liver's processing powers, you might get a little less of the medication because you process it out just a little quicker. It's going to depend on what it is. It's going to depend on the liver cytochromes involved. And there's a whole bunch of glorious research that I'm so thrilled with. But if you're using it magically, let's get back to that one because I think that one's fun too. If you're using it magically, understand that diuretic power is part of its folklore, because one of its common names has been pissabed. I know, pissabed. So whatever else you do, accept that it's going to affect your kidneys if you're using it internally for magical, medicinal, or food purposes. And it has been used as a food. If you collect the greens in early spring, they're a nice substitute for a lettuce. Don't do it later. They just get more bitter as the year goes on, but they really do taste pretty good in the early spring. And what you're doing when you take those lion's toothed leaves in on a magical level can really be to increase your ferocity, your ability to defend yourself and those you love, your ability to drive away anything evil. That's part of what's packed in that little leaf. Now, if you're going to work with the flowers, which are also edible, you could toss those in a salad if you wanted to. I would chop the bottom of the flower off, the thing that holds all the actual little flowers together into what looks like one blossom, and I would just sprinkle the individual little flowers all over the place. You get like a scattering of tiny little yellow bits in your salad. It'll look pretty. It'll taste good. The green part is the part where the bitterness tends to be housed, so it's probably the part of the flower you're going to want to eat the least anyway. If the little sepals, the little green bits underneath stay, that's okay. That's not so bad. But the piece that holds it all together, chop that off. But then eat that sunshine. Eat that ferocity. Get it in your system. It is also a wonderful thing to take those leaves, especially you can do it with the flowers too. I just don't think they show up as well, but take the leaves, put them on a t-shirt that has some kind of color to it, and give it a little spritz with some bleach water so that the leaves block the bleach and you where they're sitting, and you get this outline of dandelion leaves all over your shirt. What a great shirt to wear anytime you need a little self-confidence boost, right? It's fabulous and it looks fantastic. I saw someone do this online at some point where they even with gloves on, they pressed down the leaves into the shirt as hard as they could. They just did this on the lawn, I think. And by pressing it down, they actually got on the reverse side like ghostly bleach imprints of the leaves. So you had like the reverse on the back almost. It looked fantastic. I think it was hippie fashion chick. She's wonderful. Shout out to her. But incorporate that dandelion into your life. Spring is coming. It's going to be popping up and it wants you to pick it. How do I know it wants you to pick it? It's right there. It's in your yard, no matter what you do. So enjoy it. It wants to be friends. Blessed be. Says Liz at Magus Books and Herbs in Minneapolis and at magusbooks.com.